Hi, it's Mr. Reisky, and welcome to the Lesson 1 video for Blue Pelican Java. That's our textbook, Blue Pelican Java, and this is the first video in Lesson 1. If I open up the textbook, it should open to the cover page, I think. Let's see here. And there it is. My version is 7.0.1a. Just make sure you have version 7 or higher. Don't use version 3 or 4 or something old. It's easy to get. I mean, version 7 is already a couple years old, so use version 7. Don't use an old version. I can click on Lesson 1 here, and that's what I'll be talking about. First of all, the program skeleton. Okay, so I'll minimize this and go to BlueJ. Recall that when we click on BlueJ, at least for the first time, it gives us a blank space. There's no project open. We have to make a project in order to put files in here. So I'll go Project, New Project, and I'll call it Lesson 1. There's no naming rules. There's no conventions or rules. You really can't name anything wrong. You can put spaces in there. You can start with numbers. It doesn't matter the name of the project. And now we have some color here. We have a project called Lesson 1, and we can add programs. Our programs are called classes in Java, and so we'll give it, how about a name like Program Skeleton, and that'll be our first class. Okay, and then I'll double click the file. It gives us a bunch of code here that is totally unnecessary. There's just about nothing here we would use. Maybe one line or a couple braces. There's not much there we would use, so it's just easiest to delete that. And we'll start with the skeleton. I'll first of all change my font to a larger size. We'll go in the Options menu, Preferences, and I'll make it size 22. See how that works out. And one more thing I'll do while I'm in there, I'll go back to Options, Preferences, and I'll hit Display Line Numbers in case I want to talk about a certain line for you. Okay, the program skeleton, public, class, program skeleton. That's my name of my file. And I'll open a brace up, hit enter, and now watch what happens when I hit enter. It takes me to like an indented place a few spaces over. Let BlueJ indent for you. Accept the indent, don't backspace, leave it there. For the next line, public, static, void, main, open a parenthesis, string, brackets, args, close the parenthesis, hit enter, put a brace in, hit enter, put a brace in, enter, brace in, and look at the braces, they line up. I know right away that those two braces go together. I know that brace goes with that brace. And when you have longer programs, as you're going to have before you know it, we're going to have dozens of pairs of braces in our programs. So keep them lined up nice and neat like that. Let's see if this compiles. Compile is like spell checking your program. I compile it before I can run it. And it says class compiled, no errors down there in the bottom. If I did screw something up, like if I misspelled the word void, maybe you forgot the letter I, and compile it, it says cannot find simple class VOD. Doesn't know what VOD is. It highlights the word, and doing that will be enough to help you out probably, and you'll realize you misspelled void. Compile it again, and it looks good. There's nothing this program does, so if I were to just right click it and run it like I'm going to the rest of the programs, there's no output. So that's it. That's our program skeleton. Get used to memorizing those two lines of code there, and that the fact is they have to have a pair of braces after them. Get used to memorizing that. The only thing that changes in program skeletons, if I make a new class, maybe how about a class called Notes, then the program skeleton for Notes would be very similar except for the top line. Public, class, Notes. Okay? That's the only thing different in programs skeletons is what you call your class. So I'll quickly type this in, get it going, and say goodbye for this first video. Okay, whoops. compile it, and that's the program skeleton. Okay.